Yo, what up? Welcome back to Redzone In the Lab. That's RITL, also pronounced Riddle. I am Deuce, that's DEUCE, and Terry is back. Got that contract yesterday, signed it up back at practice today. Doing a little bit of running around. Adam Peters, Dan Quinn had a presser. We're going to take a couple of those clips, see what they talking about. Then we're going to go to Terry. He just got finished, man. That Terry long-winded, bro. That's what took us so long to stop. We was trying to wait for Terry to finish. Do we got some new stuff on the back end to the show, man? We about ready for the season, man. We about ready for the season, man. On the other side of this, man, let's get to it. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come up hard, but never cool. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come up hard, but never cool. Man, we've been waiting a long time for this, baby. Redzone In the Lab. Commanders. It's time. Let's get it, homie. Yo, what up? Welcome back to another episode. Redzone In the Lab, man. I'm Deuce, man. Hey, we're gonna get to it, man. It might seem like I'm talking to myself. You might hear another voice. You know what I'm saying? We got a new format this season. We got a couple people that's gonna be helping your boy out. We got a couple new segments towards the end of the show. Something that we trying out, see what it is. Chuck is in the building. What's good, homie?
What up? What up? What up? What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, we about to get to it, man. All right, so look, hey Chuck, so what you all right, so you heard both of the presses, right?
Is there
bro, like like you could tell there was some real tension during these last couple months, bro.
Yeah, it got bad, man. It got bad. I don't sometimes I didn't even want to open my X app, man. It got so bad.
What's up, bad guy in the building? Carlton was good, bro. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Yeah, like it was some real drama, bro. It was absolutely some real drama. Like absolutely some real drama. But let's see if we can pull off some of these clips, man. We'll pull off some of these clips. All right, let's see what we got. All right. All right, let's go.
All right. We'll get to the football. First, we'll start with Terry, and so I said in the off season that we wanted to get something done with Terry and wanted him to be here for the long term, and we're thrilled that we got a chance to do that. And it was really it was a really great day a couple of days ago. First the cool story was we were in my office and just heard a huge commotion outside. And it was just when the players got done doing their run on Monday, and we knew exactly what it was. And it was all the guys congratulating for him for that deal. And then yesterday we got to have Terry and Caitlin come in here to sign, and that was a really neat day too, special day. And
all right, so let's start right here, right? Let's start right here, because one of the things I know, like in the beginning of the process, like right after the point where like Terry left, up until when he had the Easter Motors thing about him being frustrated, this, and that. I had made a comment, right? Because a lot of times we was like Terry is not this type of person. This is not in his character, different things like that. I said, hey, look, man, it's not about just Terry anymore, right? Like it's not about Terry. Terry has a wife now, right? Like Terry has a wife now, and he has a family. So he's not just it's just not about him anymore, right? Like she has input, right? And even Terry mentioned that in his part of the presser. And look, um Adam just mentioned it just now, right? So it's like a lot of times when we as fans, we only like, man, get back on the field, get back on the field. But no, it's not that simple. Like it's a business side. It's a business side for a reason. And sometimes, well, most of the time, especially for fans, we care more about the football side, where these guys actually have real families that they are trying to set up, right? Like they have real families that they're getting input from, right? And him having a wife, that's different for him too, because he didn't have her during these first negotiations. I don't know if they was girlfriend boyfriend, but they wasn't husband and wife. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff um goes into these negotiations. What's up, Mitch? What's how you feeling, man? Carlton said his agent must have been asking for an outrageous price for what he just signed for at 29 a year, essentially. It had to be, bro. It had to be. And they kind of Adam kind of talks about it a little later in the presser.
Where you need him to be for the opener.
Yeah, absolutely, it is, and it's awesome. I love coaching him. He is a rare competitor, so he'll be out on the field today with his teammates, along with Noah Brown and some others that are on the way back. So that's an important time, John. Even though it's not technically game week, just to get some reps together, it's a big deal for us, and yeah, we're really pumped about it.
So a lot of this coming out that we kind of forget about it. The bag got crazy. We kind of forget about is that like it's not just Terry, right? It's Noah Brown, right? Noah Brown is also back. So I think that's a big thing. They kind of talked about that him a couple times during his presser. But like Terry said, man, like he gave us the rundown of uh how he cares for his body. Everyone in the building talks about it. Dan talked about it plenty of times before. Jaden talked about it. I think Bobby Wagner that time when they was talking about they not worried about him being right, like he take care of his body. But even Terry said, right, there is being in shape, there is football shape, and there's game shape, right? We know he's in shape and he might be in football shape, but is he in game shape? Like that's going to be the question, right? And I know, I know Chuck stays in shape, bro. So like the difference between the three, like you think there's a big gap between the three?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, when you're an athlete and you gotta constantly stay in shape, you have to like constantly. I'll say you gotta constantly keep moving. And when you take little hiatuses, you leave yourself open to injuries. Like an NFL athlete is so different from a regular person in terms of how they gotta keep their body up and how they gotta prepare for every day to do their job. It's definitely a big difference.
Mitch say, I'm glad he's back. Great move by both sides. Terry got that 30 mil soon. As he put pen to paper, he was cheesing. He absolutely was cheesing. I really think he really wanted it was, but it's something he said that we're gonna get to when we jump over there to his press conference about like him and like the trade request, which I thought was something.
And kind of how you run the business side.
Yeah, I mean that it's a balance, right? Where you got to do what's best for the team, but also reward somebody for being a great player. And so, you set some parameters for what you think that is. But our team did an incredible job of trying to figure out what the right number was. And you know, I think you know, as long as you come, you know, and you're respectful throughout the process, and you understand, you know, you're probably going to give in a little bit more, you know, really both sides giving in a little bit more than you want, coming to a place where it's maybe slightly uncomfortable with both sides. And you really just never lose respect or lose perspective of, you know, what this person means to our locker room, to our team, and to this community.
All right, so a lot of like I was always under the impression like there is an emotional side to this, right? Terry has been here. He has been through so much, all the old stuff, whatever, quarterbacks, coaching, whatever the case may be. So yes, there is an emotional side. Even though on Adam Peters' side, he can say, "Well, I have given you the best year you've ever had." Like, or the best 2 years since I've been here. This has been the happiest you've ever been, right? So why would you tax me from what you felt before, right? Like that's the side that Adam is coming from. And Terry was like, man, look, if this is a team, this is what I've been through. I should get this. So I always asked, there is a number, or what is that number for just emotions itself? Right? Is it 2 million? Is it 4 million? Is it 3 million? I don't know. But obviously, there was a number, just like Adam just said. You know, they want to keep in the perspective of who he is. You want to be respectful, what he's done, this, and that, and that. So there was a number. We don't know what that number was, but obviously, that number, it helped close the gap, right? It helped close the gap. Mitch says, I like the tweet you made. Deuce P's innovate a new way to make contract. Yeah, we actually going to talk about that later. What's up, Alante? Let's see. I mean, Chuck. So, like, do you, even though, especially the longer it took, like the deeper we got into this contract, the fans is like, man, nobody care about emotion. Like, this is about football, this, and that. And Adam pretty much confirming that, you know, it has some emotion and you know involved in it too. Do you think that was the right play? Because you don't get that with it. I don't. Okay, let me ask you: do you think there's anybody else on this team that can play the emotional card, or emotion, or off the field? I've been through all this with this team.
No, maybe a Deron Payne. Tressway won't have another contract negotiation. I think when his contract is up, it's up. Jeremy Reeves won't have another contract negotiation like that. So I think maybe a Deron Payne, you could say he could probably pull on that. But Deron also got a pretty big payday from us. So I think Terry was the main one that it mattered for him to say, hey, man, I put everything on the line. So can I just get a little bit of love, man? I think that's all it was. Like, just I'm putting my heart out there, man. Just please, like, even in the Eastern Motor shoot, he said, like, hey, man, I done been through everything. Like, I really done been through everything. I just want a little bit of love on that end. So I think it was just a 50-50 reaction for them.
And Mitch, I think the emotion price comes with production, especially in critical moments. But not so much of that, Mitch. Like, I'm not even talking about nothing on the field. I'm just talking about, like, Terry has been that, because not Deron. I mean, Trustway, he's a punter, right? So you can't have it so much, right? Why do you think the fan base was so attached to Taylor Heineke, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we was looking for something. We were starving for something to attach to. So Terry McLaurin has been that constant piece every year that's just enough to keep engaging you to come to the season opener. Right? To buy a jersey or buy a shirt or something like he was the reason why you did those things. Right? So there's a price for that. There's a price for that. We'll never know what it was, but there was definitely a price.
Yep.
Ability to get something for him. You know, we decided to go ahead and do that.
Adam, you to go back to the Terry situation, obviously you've been in front offices, you've seen how
well, don't forget about Sam. You know,
I thought that was funny, right? So, like, Chuck, even when we talk about it, like amongst us and fans, everyone forgets about the Sam Cosmi deal. Like he got top 10 money for a right guard.
Yep, and when it was done was a little crazy. And it sucks that the injury happened, but a lot of people do forget about that Sam contract.
Right. I mean, even in the injury happened in the playoffs, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't no drama around it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about, it wasn't like it was top 5 money and all that. I get. But Adam was like I know he hearing it. Like this is not his first big deal. Like I did Sam. Like you can't forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've dealt with the top 10 player at his position as far as production and paid him as such. But because there wasn't a whole lot of drama, we kind of forget about it, right?
Yep.
Things that maybe I could have done better throughout the process, and try to apply that to the next time we do this. We're going to do a lot of these here, hopefully, and hopefully we keep getting better at them.
So like that part, I'm really interested, right? I could have done things better. What do you think he's referring to?
I think he's seeing now that like timelines matter. It's like I've been saying all off season. I think they were moving on a priority basis. So maybe his priorities just got to shuffle a little bit when these next players come around for their next deals. So maybe he just wants to restructure how he does the timeline and his priorities.
Let me see. Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to try to tackle the contracts a little earlier, make decisions earlier. Yeah, because I mean, to your point, it's like, I mean, we don't know. Like that number was like really probably threw them off, bro. Like if the rumors are true about it, made them feel like they just wanted to move on when they first saw it. It
Yep.
probably was something insane.
I think it's a good learning point for Adam though, because now he knows like, hey, this affects the team in this way, and how we're gonna move on, like in the off season or during the season, even if they want to do contracts during the season.
Yeah, so that's like, and I think they're willing to do that, right? They made moves during the season, but like I mean, Bad Guy mentioned, like I'm not trying to go through this every year, like in San Francisco, right? Like every year they got some type of issue. And they would have had one this year too if we didn't trade for Debo. You know what I'm saying?
And that Ayuk deal stretched out to I think what, mid-September almost.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it was before the season. It was before the season.
But it was like right before.
It was right before. Yep. Yep. I mean, I don't know, Cliff. I don't know. I do think Cliff got some say, but not like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he like. I mean, and listen, he put the sticky note about Connolly, right? So I'm sure you in passing. Hey man, I don't know what's going on up there in that office, but I know y'all see this offense.
I think Cliff was tired. You could see it in his face at the press conference. He was just tired.
Yeah, he like, man, this is my career on the line.
As long as they did. And how do you handle it when things do seem to get personal for players?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we didn't want it to go this long, but it wasn't super surprising, understanding, that we had a little ways to go in terms of finding middle ground. But, I think, it took how long it took, so as long as we got to where we got, we're happy. And then, you never you want to take their personal feelings out of everything. And, luckily for us, we didn't have any ill personal feelings for Terry or Buddy or anybody in the whole negotiation. So that wasn't an issue. It was just, maybe just your feelings about, where you want to be at the end compared to where they want to be. But in terms of how all that went, I know there were some tough times, in terms of, maybe some things stalled a little bit, but in the end, you always just understand, like, shoot, you see it all the time, like everything he did for this team and everything he's done for this team, and
There it goes again, right? Like there goes the emotional thing. Like, he did it for this team. He's been there for this team. But I'm very interested in this middle number, right? Because he said we able to get the middle ground. Like, what does that mean? Like, was it 34, 25? Because that's a Chuck, that's a long way to go, bro.
Yeah,
That's a long way to go.
I think it was that 33 that was reported, or even north of 33. It was
Mhm.
somewhere it had to be somewhere around there. But you can see even in that little clip, like AP is sort of like he's not struggling to find words, he's just struggling to process it and make it sound good for the media. But you can tell this was definitely a learning point for him
Yeah, for
with the way
sure.
he's speaking.
For sure. Yeah, Mitch and Clifford, I know you see this off. What's up, James? How you feeling, man? Adam looked like Terry made him age 20 years. Um, what's up, Peace Craft? How you doing? How does Kiss Man offense attack Eagles defense with our new offense? I think we have um uh the layers, right? I think we have the deep layer, I think we have the intermediate, I think we have the dump. I think we have better protection up front. I think we can protect four players now, like we wasn't able to do that. With that D line, they was able to come and put pressure with four. But I think with the better offensive line, better protection up front, I think that's going to be a couple of ways we can combat it for sure. Terry handled this like a professional. I never understood the diva take. Nah, like me either, for real. Because bro, like Chuck, he wasn't going on the pivot and all that with Jaden and I mean,
Yeah,
so like it wasn't dramatic like that.
it wasn't. I think it all started with the Easter motor shoot, and even everything that he said was I love that Easter motor shoot. Everything
Yeah.
he said made sense. It wasn't a shot at anybody. It was just, hey, look, this is what I did for the team, and this what I would like to be paid for. So it wasn't no
Mhm.
diva talk. And then one thing, like when you start a new family, like your whole mindset changes. Like
Mhm.
now you're not just worried about yourself. You're worried about your wife, potentially some kids and stuff like that. So your whole mindset changes. So you gotta get your money to, support your family. So I respect it.
Mhm. What's up, Vito? How you feeling, man? Belante, facts. Chuck, AP, learn from this. Yeah, wasn't sweet and smooth sailing as, but he's not really used to it because of the fact with the 49ers, right? Like they don't have smooth stuff over there. But it's definitely this is the first time that he's not this is the first time like he's not giving information, right? He's not, hey, look, this is my suggestion. Like he's taking it now, right? He's taking all the suggestions, he's taking the input, and yeah, he ultimately has to be the one to make the decision. Like this is a totally different seat than what he's used to. And I think it probably caught him a little off guard, right? Because I think he knew what he wanted to do, but I think the way he stood on it and the way he didn't just let the media or the coaches probably or like time itself to bully him into making a move or making a decision, I think it definitely goes a long way. Terry said he wearing a hoodie and 90 degrees. Like he said that. Oh yeah, I think I saw something like that. DBs too. Jaden Lane going to kill against Philly. Yep, can't wait. Can't wait. All right, let's see.
and then everything he's done in this community, you keep those things in perspective, and that's why we wanted to do this in the beginning. So, I made it pretty easy.
And you guys,
See, look, there you go again. Like what he's doing in the community, like all this off-field stuff further lets me know that this was not just about on field. Like there was a number for the other stuff.
I don't know if it's playing on the big screen, dude.
Oh shucks, it's not.
I've been really excited to see him on the field against the Giants. I think, I think having everybody out on that field is going to be really, really cool and exciting.
Yeah, I agree. It was we love where we landed, but there were some really tough calls and hard, and that's what you want it to be, where it's competitive.
No, Dan. No, Dan. You're not going to tell me a story. You're not going to lie to me, Dan. It was not no tough choice. So, like, if it was tough choices on that bottom of that roster, is which mid to choose over the other one?
Definitely,
bro. None of our players were picked up on waivers,
and we still have 5. We still only have 5 wide receivers.
Right, and we got 3 on practice squad. Right, the only player that we released that got a job today was Andre Jones.
Yep,
that's it. But nobody was claimed off waivers. Don't lie to me, Dan. Don't lie to me, Dan. Don't lie to me, Dan.
In what we're doing and what we're building, and understanding how important Terry is to our team and wanting to get here. So that's awesome, and once they stop being so invested in carrying, then that's probably not a good thing. But we don't, and you can't pay much attention to that in terms of you just got to focus on what you can control and try to get the deal done. Well, I think that's cool that we have such passionate fans, that really are just invested in what we're doing and what we're building, and understanding how important Terry is to our team and wanting to get here. So that's awesome, and once they stop being so invested in carrying, then that's probably not a good thing. But
what you think? Okay, so give me tell me what he really said in that tape right there, Chuck.
One more time.
Tell me what he really said in that tape.
I think I missed it. I'm sorry.
Nah, because he was like, the fans. Hold on, let me put it back on stage. I think it was interesting. Hold on, let me see.
I mean, how much do you kind of factor in that and pay attention to that?
Well, I think that's cool that we have such passionate fans, that really are just invested in what we're doing and what we're building, and understanding how important Terry is to our team and wanting to get here. So that's awesome, and once they stop being so invested in carrying, then that's probably not a good thing.
So basically, they talking about, like, remember all the fans was putting up under every single post.
Yep, pay Terry. Yep. He basically saying, we see y'all. We see everything. We see everything. And we heard y'all yelling at us at practice. And when we were walking out the tunnel, we heard y'all. That's what he said. I don't think AP like being yelled at by the fans if it's not something positive.
All right, let's see.
And so when the team's connected, you got a chance of it. And so I thought what the players have built here together is pretty damn special. And so that doesn't happen that often. And so to see that many people want to come back and be a part of it, and like not even any hesitation, man, there's a real connection. And so when the team's connected, you got a chance to do some good things. So that's probably what I'm most excited to see. And you wouldn't know that until you have those hard conversations and see how the next day goes. And so I thought together these players have really created something special.
Probably for both of you guys. I know you guys were in touch with Terry along the way, but separating kind of the emotional and the business side of things, what was your reaction when you kind of heard him talking at Eastern Motors, kind of the preseason availability that he did to that? What was your reaction to hearing that?
I didn't really watch that, to be honest with you. But I mean, I heard that he was frustrated, and I wanted to.
I do not believe you.
Oh yeah, he capping. He definitely capping.
I do not believe you. I do not believe you. It's no way, bro. It's no way at all. No way.
I'll say this: AP done fell into his nickname, man. Like, you can tell when it's Bruce Wayne talking, and you can tell when it's Batman talking. That was Batman talking right there. That was definitely Batman.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we do not believe him. Hey, chat. Anybody in the chat? Do you believe that? Do you believe that he didn't watch that Eastern Motors interview or press conference, whatever it was? No way. Harvey Specter will never let you one up him. That's man. Like, bro, this dude got so many alter egos. It's insane, bro.
You know, it took so
Let's go to the beginning. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Can you
Look
pause
at
it real
him.
quick, dude? I just want y'all to know, I don't know who this person is. My man's, I wish he'd take that Scully off or the skull cap. My man's got a new hairline. He got some facial hair, and he just got a whole different swagger to him. This not, I'm telling y'all, this not the old Terry, man.
No, sir. He got what's her name? Katina? Katrina, what's her name? I forgot whatever her name is.
Man.
Katina or
Like,
something.
we're gonna find her TikTok.
Look at her.
how we doing?
Look at it. Look, he don't know.
Yeah,
Look at that
a
ring.
little bit.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you get what you wanted in this deal?
I did.
You didn't.
You know, it took
Why they keep lying to us, bro? Like y'all gotta stop lying to us, bro. Y'all gotta stop lying to us, man. Y'all got what's up, Big Simp? Looking like new money. Terry been hitting the weight room.
I was thinking that too, man.
Yeah, I think, and I also think like they've been talking about it the whole like training camp and all that. How I guess they gave them some type of plan to do in the off season. How everybody did it. Like everybody came back looking better, like more tone and shape, looking faster. And I mean, they named a whole rack of people, and you can see it. Like you can see it on these dudes that they were serious in the off season. Eastern Motors, the real winner. Man, that commercial was horrible. Bro, they put out the bloopers. Did you see the bloopers for it? With Lulu and Terry?
Yeah.
Bro, the bloopers, the bloopers look like the real thing.
process, and you know, there's no playbook or script on how to handle this situation. And so, you know, you start out one way and then you hope that it ends the way it's ended. And so I'm thankful for this process to just be able to be back on the field, and just the conversations that, you know, Buddy and AP had, and myself and AP, and me and DQ. So it's definitely been a process, but I'm really happy to be back out here with my teammates, and just very thankful to be a part of this organization and a part of this fan base.
You want the Terry keeps saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over, right? Like, but he goes so the process with Buddy, right? He mentioned something later on in here with how like important Bobby Wagner has been this last month. And I wonder how Buddy took that. Because you know, Bobby is his own agent, right? I think after like year 8 or something like that, he decided to start doing it on his own. I mean, even Terry said like he wasn't trying to steer me one way or another, which I think Bobby wouldn't do that, right? So I think that's true. But how much do you think Bobby got this done more so than Buddy?
I mean, I think sometimes you just need outside guidance. And Bobby got a master's degree, right? Or he worked on his master's. Yeah, so that's a lot of knowledge right there, man. And for somebody that's been in the game so long, he probably told him like, man, hey man, sometimes you got to compromise, you know? And sometimes you just need to hear that from an outside source that's just not your inner circle, you know? I think it was just words of wisdom to help.
Oh, man, the circle of death. He said Bobby definitely had a hand in this. It probably got to a point when they was like, man, come on, man. Like, we gotta get this thing done.
Yeah, knowing how Bobby is, he probably was like, "Hey, man, we got a lot of stuff to do."
Page. I appreciate them hearing me out and being able to. I just try to stay true to myself, focused, and just be true to yourself. Things tend to work out in the end.
Hey, Terry, first, congratulations.
Thank you.
Was there a point? What was a low point? And was there a point where you thought maybe it's not going to happen?
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I mean, obviously, when you get to a point where you're here for a little over, I kind of lost track of the days, but you're here for a little while. You're not out on the practice field, and things may not progress what you would like for them.
He was itching to get back out there, bro.
Again, like, I don't think everybody's situation is unique and different. So I never tried to look at this person's situation as like, this is how I handle it. I just tried to stay true to myself, but also have the open conversations that were afforded to me, both with my agent Buddy. Buddy was having great conversations with Adam. Adam had.
So it was real interesting to hear, because Adam said it too, right? And I mean, and like, we never know what's really going on, right? Like, we see Terry coming out. When he comes out, we see Adam, but Adam's like, there were a few times that he came up to the office and we talked. I mean, he even confirmed it, afforded me to talk with Adam and to talk with DQ and his agent to talk with them. So it wasn't like they was just like giving each other the cold shoulder like have we've seen with the quote unquote diva situations.
Yep.
This situation was totally different.
Yeah, I think that's just the relationship they have, and that's good to have that, because a lot of times people take the business route a little too far, and it can ruin the personal relationship that you might have.
And it was, I forgot who said it, but they were saying how when Adam had got here last year, how he had a meeting with everyone, and he was like, when contract negotiations come up and it's time for new deals and stuff like that, don't take it personal.
Yep.
It's business, right? And I think that resonated, because even though they going through this, they were still able to talk to each other. They were still able to have conversations. They were still able to work on this and that. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, I think that's how you get it done. That's the precedent you want to set.
I kind of lost track of the days, but you're here for a little while and you're not out on the practice field, and things may not progress what you're and watching reps and things like that, but you don't get a feel for it till you get out here. And that scrimmage that they had, and guys are kind of getting into it, you feel the juices flowing, you're getting close to the season. I'm like, ooh, you feel that energy rise, because that's just who I am. I'm a
bro, when they had that joint scrimmage with each other, everybody was there, bro. Mariota, Noah, like everybody on the team was there, whether they was nursing injuries or not, and he was there just watching. Can you imagine, bro? Like, I knew at that point he wanted to be out there.
Just burning them up.
When you see the rookie running back and learn Tunsil, like, how exciting was that being
the rookie running back?
I was hitting away for a while.
Bro, do we realize this is the best team he's ever had?
Yep.
This is the best team he's ever had. Last year was the furthest he ever went, and this roster is better. So can you imagine, like, what? Like, I don't think he ever. Now, I know I timestamped because I was kind of on the move and I wasn't stationary, so I hope I able to get it where he talks about the trade. But like, can you imagine how much he wanted to be out on that field, bro?
You know what I mean? Just rehabbing and doing all the things that I had to do in the building. And so my first I was watching the film and watching reps and things like that, but you don't get a feel for it till you get out here. And
so that tells us that he was watching the film. I don't know if he was in the meetings with them or whatever, but you can tell he just confirmed it.
Scrimmage that they had, and guys are kind of getting into it. You feel the juices flowing. You're getting close to the season. I'm like, ooh, like, you know, you feel that energy rise because that's just who I am. I'm an ultimate competitor. I love just to be out there with the guys and to have their support where they knew like it wasn't a selfish thing. They know how to do what's best for me and my family, and can't handle the business side. So to have that understanding from guys who are there with you on a daily basis was unbelievable. But to go out there and you see LT, you know what I mean, at left tackle, you see everybody we have up front. You see a guy like Debo, who I have the utmost respect for. I came in the league with him, and he's just a dog, man. You know what I mean? And I don't think you could have two.
Bro, you could tell how excited he is, you know? You could tell how excited he is, bro.
Support you throughout.
That's my guy. That's my dog, man. And him and I have had a lot of personal conversations throughout this process, and he was an extreme support for me since the first day. You know what I mean? All this was kind of unraveling, and to be able to have conversations with your quarterback, but somebody I consider my friend and my teammate, it really helped me. You know, he never let me forget that, you know, my presence is missed out there. He never let me forget that, you know, that I'm worth everything that I'm asking for. He never let me forget that he's got my back and he can't wait to get back out there with me. Was instrumental because it was right, you know, being back on this field with this ramp up process.
I'm trying to find.
And he knows that, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for him either. Between me and the
there you go.
Either.
Terry, can you explain what's going on with your ankle?
Yeah, I'll just keep that between me and the.
Why would you keep an injury between you and the front office?
They gotta get their story together, man. That's why. They gotta come in
why would you keep?
That's when you say, all right, so this is what we're gonna say.
Man, I gotta stop lying to me, man.
The training staff, but I will say, like, they did a great job of taking care of me, making sure I was right. You know, being back on this field with this ramp up process, and you know, I'm just going to continue to career year 7. It's hard to find familiar. I know how to study and get ready. It's just being on the same page, make a month or so. But even last year, you know what I mean? I have the utmost respect for Bobby and the way he goes about his business. And I'd be, you know, throw my ideas off of. And so he makes me better one day. I appreciate it. He's a owner. He's a other vets for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, extreme discipline. And so I'm in the same offense as well. You know what I mean? So the great thing about it, I'm a vet, so I know what it takes to get my body through since I've been here. I'm going to continue as many reps as I can. And obviously there's a difference between being in shape, football shape, and then game shape. You know what I mean? Like, I've done a whole off season and you go into game 1, you're like, whew, I'm winded. You know what I mean? And so that's just the process of football. But I've done everything that the training staff and the coaching staff have asked me to do since I've been here. I'm going to continue to do that. And there's a great plan in place for me to continue to ramp up so that there aren't any setbacks. There aren't any things that will hinder me from playing at a high level when it's time to say, set, go. And so the great thing about it, I'm a vet, so I know what it takes to get my body ready for practicing games. This is my first time in my career where I have the same quarterback 2 years in a row. Definitely helps, you know. And
hey, so like, how many times you think he said that to them during this whole process?
Probably like 15.
And then just in a situation where I'm in the same offense as well. You know what I mean? So the plays are very familiar. I know how to study and get ready.
Man, shout out to Terry, man. Shout out to Terry, man. I'm excited for you, brother. And look at these two. Oh, let me see. Look at these two. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Debo, watch out, Debo. Daddy's home.
Big brother home.
Yep, big brother home. He just got home from college. He's back.
Right. You know, you're around the hood. You think you're the man till big brother come home.
Yep.
You gotta take that back seat.
Yep. You gotta start taking the trash out, washing the dishes.
Right.
What's up, Carlito? How you feeling, man? So like all in all, I'm glad this is past this. But I think we got an idea of who AP is. I made a tweet earlier about how I believe that AP is building a different structure of how to do contracts, right? You pay them for what they've done, and then you incentivize what they say that they're going to do, right? So I think it's fair on either side. Like I'm paying you, like I think he paid Terry for last year for that production that he put out, right? Gave him 30 million signing bonus. Like he paid him for that. But this money, but the money that you want to get you to 33 every year, like if you do it, I'll pay you, right? So it's incentivized. So like if you do exactly what you say you're going to do, you're going to get paid for it. You don't have to wait for another contract to get paid for what you've already done. It's laid out for you. You hit this goal, you get this 800,000 if you get this roster bonus, right? You get, I think it's like 1,100 yards one of the years. You get 1,100 yards, you get $800,000, right? You get 78 catches, you get another $800,000. You make a Pro Bowl, hey, you get 450,000. You all pro, you get $1 million. So like you're telling me you're going to do all this, and I have reservations that you're going to do it. So let's agree that if you do it, it's already built in the contract that you're going to get paid for, while at the same time I'm paying you for what you've already done, right? Your last contract, you outplayed your last contract, so I'm going to give you money for that, and I'm also going to set it up for you in a way that you can make almost close to $100 million within the next 4 years if you actually do what you said that you're capable of doing. And I think that's a great way to start structuring contracts. What you think, Chuck?
Yeah, I love it, because a lot of times we see guys get paid, and then once that ink is on the paper, they start slacking off. So
Yeah.
this is a way where you can say, okay, you came out of your own mouth and said, I don't think I'm gonna hit that 30-year-old drop down or decline. Okay, so prove it. You know, all of the things we're gonna put into this contract are things that you said you should be able to do in these next couple of years. Okay, bet. We're gonna write it all down. You're gonna sign your name, and then it's your job to go out there and see if you make this extra money or not. So I love it.
All right, here we go. I ain't hear this part.
A hoodie guy. Like it could be 90 degrees out, I'm gonna wear a hoodie. It could be 50 degrees out, I'm gonna wear a hoodie. And it's like, I mean, you catch me out here in Ashburn, I probably got a hoodie on because I'm trying to stay low key. Like I never want to be like, in the way. And I think, the hoodie kind of just allows me, it may not feel like it's everybody else, but to me, it makes it feel like I'm kind of off and secluded a little bit. But the hoodie's not going anywhere, man. I'm a hoodie person. So shout out to all the hoodie people out there. I'll stand up for y'all, man. Hoodies are one of the best clothing pieces that you can have. So there we go. A hoodie.
Hey, hoodie guy. I'm a hoodie guy.
I don't remember seeing Terry wear a hoodie that much. I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to go back and research the last couple off seasons, but I told y'all he acting different, man. He acting different.
He acting big different. But yeah, I absolutely like the way that they have structured this deal. I want to go look at Cosby's too. I wonder if Cosby, like, we didn't even really care about that, right? We just, whatever, like, right? So I wonder if his deal is kind of incentive laden too. That'll be interesting to see if that's how we're going to do it. But I'm excited about this little recap with Terry, and you got to jump into some other segments. You about ready? We're gonna have a few reactions to Terry signing yesterday. Chuck, you ready?
Yep, I got you. I got a couple tweets here.
Right after this.
Riddle reactions of the day.
All right,
what's up, man? We got a couple reactions from the fan base. One guy, he tweeted, he said he stood up and started clapping in his living room. I hope the baby wasn't sleeping. You ain't wake up the kids doing all that hooting and hollering because Terry signed his deal. But Another guy said, got me ready to shed some grown man tears. Wow. We got a prediction here. We said, yeah, we're going for 1,300 yards. GG's to the Ops. Wow. And then we got Mama 5, Miss Jackson. Finally, it's go time now. So we love that. We got someone saying back and ready to torture secondary near you. Hopefully, we'll see. And then I'll give y'all my reaction, right? So I was at work, right? And I'll be on my phone a little bit during work. Don't tell my boss, but
just a little bit.
I just check the chats every now and then. So I see, boom, Terry McLaurin has signed, or has reached an agreement for such and such, such and such. So this is as I'm about to walk out the door. Now, I just start smiling real hard. So I'm walking down the hallway, dudes, and people are looking at me while I got this big old grin on my face while I'm trying to make it outside because, I'd be yelling. So I was going to start yelling. So I make it to the door, and it's a crowd of people outside the door, so I can't yell. So I got to keep my smile all the way till I walk to the car, and I can start yelling. And I couldn't stand on no table at work, so it's all good. I couldn't stand on top of my car either, so.
What was I doing? Like, because of the content portion, I got trying to do clips, and I'm trying to do this, and that. Like, it was just like I don't know what to do. Because I've never, so like the content portion of like the brand or whatever has ticked up a lot in the last 6 months. So this is like the first big deal in a sense, like the biggest deal that like I've ever tried to translate from what I'm thinking to like on the phone. So like I'm trying to do the I just talked to Adam Peters drink. Then I'm trying to do an initial go live to react to it. So I'm trying to do all that at the same time. So it's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So it's just like going back and forth because I'm like, then I'm excited. Then I'm thinking about my hashtag deuces coming clip. So it's just like so much going on, bro, to try to process all that. What about anybody in the chat? Like, what was y'all reaction when you found out that Terry was signed the deal? How do you incentivize O-line? I mean, I don't know. Like 2 sacks.
Right, pancakes.
You get 5 pancakes. That's an extra 200,000.
Incentivize anything, bro.
Yeah. It can work. It can work for sure. All right. So that let me know how y'all feel in the comments about that. That's a new segment, and I'm like we're gonna talk after this. I don't know if 6:05 or 6:30. I think 6. I mean, we'll talk about that, but this is how we're gonna kind of format the show. I got my man Chuck and 2 other people that you'll hear about once they jump on. That's gonna be helping me on Redzone In the Lab. But we got 2 new segments: the Riddle reactions of the day. Depending on what's going on, we're gonna get reactions from what's going on, some funny clips, and also the Riddle news of the day. So right after this, coming up, Riddle news of the day.
Riddle news of the day.
All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Chuck again. I'm back. All right, it's that time of the year. Plug them controllers in right now. NBA 2K26 is expected to hit the stores this Friday. Let me break it down for y'all. So you got the standard edition, you got the superstar edition, and you have the Leave No Doubt edition. And you also have the WNBA edition, which has Angel Reese as the cover star. Leave No Doubt has Carmelo Anthony, I believe, and Superstar has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But the different prices you have, $69.99 for the standard, the Superstar edition is $99.99, and the Leave No Doubt edition is $149.99. So I don't know if y'all need to do extra chores, if y'all need to hit up that sneaky link, or just ask your significant other to dig in them pockets. But I don't know. If you want 2K26, that is the prices for you. A little bit going into the game, you got a new My Player Builder. It's enhanced. It includes an animation glossary, detailed scouting reports, and improved search functionality for animations. You got a brand new wider range of archetypes, templates, and animations. My team has also been revamped to where you can use WNBA players in all modes. So if you're playing my team, you can have Shaq and Angel Reese on the same team. You can have Sue Bird and Chris Paul on the same team. So stuff like that if you want to mix it up for your my team. But yeah, 2K26. If you order the Leave No Doubt edition and the Superstar edition, you will be able to play the game this Friday, August 29th. So be on the lookout for that. One more thing. Let's tap into the WNBA, folks. I'll make this quick. We have the playoff race ensuing. Right now, we have 2 teams already locked into the playoffs for the WNBA. We have the Minnesota Lynx and the Las Vegas Aces locked in for the playoffs. I'll give y'all the breakdown of the first 8 teams real quick. We have Minnesota, Atlanta, Vegas, Phoenix, New York Liberty, Indiana Fever, Golden State Valkyries, Seattle, and on the bubble on that 9th seed, you have the LA Sparks. Real quick, for the 6th through the 9th, it's a very good race. I believe if the LA Sparks win out, they have the tiebreaker over Indiana and the Golden State Valkyries. So if they win out, they'll automatically be in the playoffs. And the Aces are getting hot, man. They're on a 10-0 winning streak. So the WNBA is heating up right around the time for playoffs.
There you have it. 2K. Let me tell you some story about 2K, right? So, like, I remember when I used to have to go to the brick and mortar stores, right? So usually, remember back in the day, the games used to come out on Tuesdays, right? Back in the day. So, or Tuesdays or Thursdays, I forgot. But anyhow, I would, if it came out on Thursday, they used to come out on Thursdays. Come on Thursday, I believe. I would take off Wednesday. I would leave work. I would go to Pentagon City. I would go to GameStop, buy the game, get back on the train, and read the booklet. Right? Read the booklet. But I wouldn't play the game that night. I would kind of tease myself, and I wouldn't play the game that night. I would wake up in the morning because I've taken 2 days off from work. No, it used to come out on Tuesday. Come out on Tuesday. Wednesday, I used to tease myself, go get it, and I used to take off of work on Thursday and Friday, and I played the game the whole weekend, creating players, creating teams, and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, so this is the first year I won't be playing 2K26.
I haven't played it in like years.
And I don't think I'm missing anything, man. They're trying to revamp it and make it a good game, but we'll just have to see. But I won't be playing it this year. But shout out to y'all that will be playing it.
And shout out to the WNBA. Chuck, drop your Instagram handle and your Twitch.
Alrighty, so on Instagram, you can find me. Basically, all my social media is the same. Chuck2x_ or around that same handle. My Twitch also is Chuck2x_. So I'll be live on there. I'll also be live on TikTok. Let me give y'all the TikTok. I'm live on there more than I am Twitch. It's all the same. So Chuck2x_. You can find me up there. I got a lot of WNBA content on my TikTok. So if you're into the WNBA, come check that out. Also, I stream a variety of games. So if you're bored around the house or you're walking your dog, your cat, come check me out.
There you have it. We appreciate all y'all time. We know your time is very valuable. For you to spend it with us, we absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.